Hi everybody, I really need your help in this lesson. I have 4 emails with lots of mistakes. I can't send them like this. Can you help me identify the mistakes and correct them? There are a total of 20 mistakes in the 4 emails. They are mainly grammar mistakes, but we also have 1 or 2 vocabulary and spelling mistakes. Some of them will be easy to find and correct, but as we go through the 4 emails, they become harder. Can you identify and correct all of them? Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know how many you've found and corrected. Our first email is an informal email and it's about a change of appointment. Let's take a look. Read the mail and see if you can find the mistakes. Pause the video and then I'll give you some additional help in a moment. Now I'm going to highlight the areas where the mistakes are. Pause the video again and see if you can find them. I'll give you the answers in a moment. The first thing we have to do is to remove the but. It's completely unnecessary. We use the phrase "I'm afraid" as a polite way of telling someone about something that is unpleasant or disappointing. Another way to say you are sorry about something. It's always followed by a subject. I'm afraid I won't be able to make it. I'm afraid Mr. Higgins is not available. I'm afraid we don't have that item on stock. We don't need the word but. In the next highlighted section, we have 2 mistakes. The first one is urgent. It should be an urgent. An urgent, because of the vowel sound at the start of the word urgent. An urgent. The second mistake is to use the word work. We use work to talk generally about the activities we do, but we use job to describe more specific activities. We have an urgent job to finish. The next mistake is "I'm so sorry for this." It should be "I'm so sorry about this." We use sorry for when it's followed by the ing form, followed by a gerund. I'm sorry for being late. I'm sorry for breaking the window. Here we should use about. I'm so sorry about this. And the last mistake in this email is "Could we meet us on Thursday morning instead?" It should be "Could we meet on Thursday morning instead?" We don't need the us. This is a mistake that is often made by German speakers. Great, so the first email is corrected and ready to send. We have 3 more emails to check. The next one is a more formal email about a company visit. Again, read the email and see if you can find the mistakes. Pause the video and I'll give you some extra help in a moment. Now I'm going to highlight the areas where the mistakes are. Pause the video again and see if you can find them. I'll give you the answers in a moment. Our first mistake in this email is a spelling mistake. Writing should only have 1 T. Next we have "we are such pleased." Here we should use so. We are so pleased that you are visiting us next month. We use such before nouns. It's such an interesting product. It's such a good book. We use so before adjectives. I'm so interested. He's so happy. We are so pleased. And then we have "we look forward to welcome you." Now this is a really common mistake. It should be "we look forward to welcoming you." Whenever we use this email phrase, "we look forward to," it's always followed by the ing form. It's always followed by a gerund. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to welcoming you. In the next highlighted section, we have 2 mistakes. The first one is enclosed. We need to change it to attached. We always use attached in emails. Enclosed is generally used for snail mail, when we're sending physical documents in an envelope. And then we have informations. It should be "I have attached some information." Information is an uncountable noun. So, how's it going so far? Did you find all of the mistakes in those first 2 emails? Don't forget to leave me a comment when you're finished and let me know how many you found and corrected. And now let's move on to our third email, which is an informal one about an urgent delivery. So here's email 3. Read it and see if you can identify the mistakes. Pause the video now and then I'll give you some additional help in a moment. So here are the highlighted areas where the mistakes are. If you need to, pause the video again and see if you can identify the mistakes. I'll give you the answers in just a moment. Our first mistake in this email is they need the delivery until Friday. It should be they need the delivery by Friday. Until means up to a specific time. We use by when we talk about something that should not happen later than a specific time or date. We often use it to talk about deadlines. The next mistake is I know this is small notice. It should be I know this is short notice. And this is a standard phrase that we use when we want to show someone that we understand we're not giving them a lot of time. I know this is short notice. And then we have, he said it's extreme urgent. Now the mistake here is extreme. It should be extremely. We need to use an adverb to modify the adjective, extremely urgent. Other examples are absolutely essential. We can't say absolute essential, absolutely essential, extremely urgent, completely finished. Moving on to our next mistake, I tried to get hold on Christian. It should be, I tried to get hold of Christian. This is a phrasal verb to get hold of someone, and it means to contact and speak to someone. Get hold of. And the final mistake in this email is a spelling mistake. I tried to get hold of Christian but couldn't get through. There's a missing letter and it is H. T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Through. Great, let's move on to our next email, which is a formal one about a meeting request. So here's email 4. Read it and see if you can find the mistakes. Pause the video and I'll give you some extra help in a moment. And now here are the highlighted areas. If you need to, pause the video again and see if you can identify and correct the mistakes. I'll give you the answers in just a moment. Our first mistake in this email is on the world. It should be around the world or simply worldwide. With over 1,200 employees in 8 locations around the world, or with over 1,200 employees in 8 locations worldwide. We don't use the preposition on before the world. Next we have I'm writing on behalf from our CEO. It should be I am writing on behalf of our CEO. It's always the same, this short phrase, on behalf of. And then we have to request a meeting to discuss about a possible cooperation. Now here we need to remove the word about. This is another one that I often hear German speakers make. We don't need the word about after the verb discuss. We can use it with the noun to have a discussion about something, but with the verb it's totally unnecessary. We discuss something. The next mistake is, and we're very impressive when we learned about your company. It should be, and we're very impressed when we learned about your company. A person is impressed about something because the thing is impressive. So here, and we're very impressed when we learned about your company. And the last mistake in this email, during our researches. We learned about your company during our researches. Like information that we had in one of the earlier emails, research is an uncountable noun. We can't say researches, we should say research. So how many of the 20 mistakes did you find and correct? Don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know. If you like this lesson, give it a thumbs up and watch one of these next.